Let's talk about paying with cash for your next Uber ride. How's that sound, Serge? I know you're very for it. I know you
All
love.
right.
I know you
So,
love the fact that you can take cash rides and that you're going to
yeah,
have a $300 bank on hand just in case somebody pays cash.
yeah. So, first of all, Travis must be rolling somewhere. He's not dead, so I would have said he's rolling in his grave. Travis, meaning Travis Kalanick, the founder and ex-CEO of Uber.
Yep.
The whole idea of Uber and its growth was because of seamless cashless transactions.
Yep.
That was the whole idea. So Uber, you're watching this. I know you're. So listen up, Uber. Uh, that was one. All right. Okay. The second thing is this takes the cake. This may be the worst product you have ever come up with since your inception. This. I'm talking for the US now. We had shown some of these. There was some inkling of this coming around, maybe like 6-8 months ago, a year ago. It's reality now, people. In fact, there is a person in the chat said he's Cincinnati, Ohio. It just showed up under his preferences. Now, I vehemently opposed Uber Teen when it came out. Some people said, no, I'll do it. I'm like, okay, cool. Knock yourself out. We're all adults. We make our own decisions. That's one. However, with I don't even know what the word is, but with emails nonstop to CPUC, California Public Utilities Commission, they came to their senses and said, wait a minute, if you're going to drive 12, 15-year-olds in the car, you need to be like hop, skip, and drive. You need to get fingerprinted. You need to do all this stuff. So that went away in California. Unfortunately, continues in other states, Uber Teen. But this is going to get drivers killed, Uber, DARA, and whoever approved this for the US. You will have blood in your hands. And you will come out and say, oh, it's just an IC. Oh, you guys go ahead and opt out. We're giving you the choice to opt out. This is a bad idea from the get-go. This, by the way, is in Brazil and in Mexico for the last 9 years. 9. In fact, Uber's business in Brazil and Mexico exploded after they introduced this in Brazil and Mexico. Most people in Brazil and Mexico get paid in cash, and they want to do transactions in cash. However, last time I checked, we're not in Mexico. We're not in Brazil. We're in the United States, where, first of all, a person has to have a smartphone to order the trip. If you have a smartphone with the app on it, how do you deal in cash? And Uber said to me, and in their blog, they put a blog out for this, although they did not publicize it. You know how I get these blogs to do articles about it, Chris, with an embargo, right? Right?
Mhm.
This was completely crickets. Didn't get a
Yep.
peep out of Uber saying, Serge, do this. So I wrote an article yesterday, and thank you for all the comments, by the way, because I attached my email address on the bottom, sergio@rideshareguy.com. And a lot of people said, hell no. Chris did a wonderful video. We put it out yesterday, 5, 6, 7,000 views. I don't know, already in 24 hours. There were 200 plus, or maybe it's 300 now, comments. I went
300.
all through of them, all one by one. Not one single driver, Uber, not one, said, yeah, I'll do cash chips. Now, I know everything about this. I know what cities it's going to be in, because in the blog, Uber, you did not put the cities in. I know all the cities that this is going to expand. This is not just a tiny little pilot you're running. This isn't going to be in San Antonio, Texas, initially, as of today, and Cincinnati, Ohio. There's 3 more cities coming up in April 5th. I know those cities, Uber. Please announce those cities. Okay. Second thing I know, you, Uber, have data about safety issues regarding cash chips in Brazil and Mexico. Don't come to me and said, oh, well, you know, it was before record my ride, follow my ride. And now you know who I'm talking to about this. You have that data. Why don't you release the data? Cash chips versus cashless chips. How much more are drivers getting robbed or assaulted? And I'm going to end up with this. If you guys have questions, I'll answer it. I know everything about this. I know how the transaction is going to work. In fact, I urge you to go to the Uber blog, just Uber Cash Chips blog, Google it. Their own blog puts down how this is going to be done. This opens up so many can of worms. Definitely not for the US. And Uber is going to say, but yeah, hold on a second. We're giving you the right to opt out. I'm like, okay, cool. And Uber's angle on this is there is a 15% underserved, underbanked, unbanked community in the United States that they want to appeal to by doing these cash chips. Okay. No. Don't do it, please. Please opt out. By the way, Chris said it beautifully in his video. Go check that video out. He laid it down. Uber will turn that on without you knowing. So before you start driving every day, if you're in one of the cash cities, go make sure that you have opted out. Magically, it appears once in a while that preference is turned on. And my thing with this is you're going to get drivers killed, Uber. We are not in Mexico. We are not in Brazil. And Uber may say, well, those are more dangerous places than the United States. Not so. Last but not least, with this, even if you opt out and news in your city, criminal circles in your city goes around that Uber drivers have cash now, that criminal doesn't know if you opted out or not. What do you have on your window, by the way? An Uber trade dress. Automatic target. You're going to get robbed. You're going to get assaulted. And Uber and Lyft executives will have blood in their hands. And they're going to just skip away saying that, oh, you're an independent contractor. Last but not least, this all came about after that Yale professor visited you at Uber in San Francisco, came up with the study saying that there is something called consumer surplus, that it will increase your gross bookings. So why don't you try this in the US? Kind of a surprise that right after that, Uber started working on this and now they're releasing it. So it's going to be in 5. I'm not going to mention the cities unless Uber mentions the cities. Uber told me this today, that it's Cincinnati, Ohio, and San Antonio, Texas, but our audience is so good that I already knew was in those cities, and I already know in what 3 next cities is coming up, and I already know how dangerous this is going to be for drivers. So if you do not opt out, look, suffer the consequences. You're going to get robbed. You're going to get shot. And so yeah, this is the worst ever by Uber. Worst. So, enough said.
One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
Well, just did the poll. I ended that. So we had 170 votes. Thank you. No was 73%. Yes said 26%. So about a quarter of the people said they will take cash rides. And you know what? It's your decision on what you want to do. A couple of reminders. Dash camera is king because you're going to see the transaction there. Count the money if you're taking cash rides on camera so you can see exactly what was given to you. So there's no he said, she said crap. If you don't have a dash camera, good luck trying to figure that one out because you know that they're going to take the passenger's side all of the time. There are a couple of things that Uber did put out into this, and that was you don't have to carry cash with you for bank, which is a good thing. It'll go on to their Uber Cash account. So it'll act like you have cash on hand that you can pay for your next ride or food delivery or whatever it might be. So at least that's good. The problem is you're going to start accumulating cash if you're taking cash rides. Is it going to be a lot? Probably not. As 15%. I mean, what are you trying to capture? You're going to get another 1% gross bookings. I mean, what are you going to do, really? For me, I think this is a money grab or trying to make it seem like, hey, we're able to increase our how much we're actually able to have gross bookings. I think that's all it is. They're running to the bottom of the barrel. I mean, Uber and Lyft both are pretty much at a seasoned point already. You can't grow more people unless you go to the younger generation. Hey, wait, what was that? That's Uber Teen. So they're trying to get the next generation of kids to come up and be able to do it. And once that's done and exhausted, because, well, in California, you can't do it right now. So you got to wait until they're at least 18. Then you can finally order. So your growth is going to be kind of stagnant at this point. So where else can we go? Oh, maybe if we accept cash rides, we can earn another % or 2 on our bookings, and that shows growth to our stock price. So I really think that's what it's coming down to. Because the whole point was seamless, quick, easy. You pull out the app, you order, you have your credit card information already on it, completely seamless. You don't have to worry. You don't even have to talk to your driver if you don't want to. All you could do, you get in the car, you get out where you're going, and it's done. Seamless, easy. This is going to complicate it a little bit. But for those people who do want to take cash trips, definitely check out the video that I put out yesterday, because it was going over, blog itself, what Uber put out. So it gives some different points there on what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, like not arguing with passengers on rides when it comes to cash payments. So you kind of try to alleviate that. So they're trying to put out fires because they know they have that data already that Sergio was talking about. They already know the data. So they know the pain points of what drivers are probably talking about who may have already been assaulted or robbed or whatever it might be when it comes to carrying cash in these couple of countries. So they're trying to put the fire out before they can. Is it going to have any impact? I don't know. But let's be real. The US is not a cash society anymore. It is very rarely, but most people use their cards, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're going to have Gabe come on in a few minutes, but a lot of people are not going to go read the blog. So let's just quickly talk about a couple of the can of worms. So this is how the transaction is going to work. There's still going to be upfront fares. The rider is going to get, let's say, $30 fare. Okay. And it comes to you as on the ping screen, it says cash trip. Okay. The rider is going to pay $30. There's still upfront fares. Uber will ping you with 15, let's say. All right. This is how the transaction is going to work. Trip ends. Rider will give you the $30. You have to manually enter what you receive from the rider in the app. Now, the service fee is included in there. That's called Uber's take rate, okay, which is $15. Now you're a collection agent for Uber, actually. So you have that cash on you. So what Uber is going to do is they're going to hit you or deduct it from the other trips you're doing at the end of the payday comes on Tuesday. They're going to keep the accounting. Another can of worm. Somebody walks in, $30 trip. They go, oh, I don't have it. I'm just going to give you a 20. Uber says, don't argue with the customer, with the rider. Accept the 20. We will reimburse you. Uber, you don't reimburse for justified cancellations for $3. And now I'm supposed to keep this extra accounting for you?
Or for throw up in the car.
Yeah, bro. And I'm a collection agent now for Uber. I'm going to collect their service fee for them, Chris. And that cash is going to accumulate on me, and somebody puts a gun to my head and takes the cash or whatever happens, right? This is how the transaction is going to work, people. And Uber says, don't ever argue with the customer. We're going to make you good. Nah, it's just hocus pocus. So besides that, this is how the transaction is going to work. I think this is the worst idea, Uber, that you have ever come up with. It may work. It may increase your gross bookings, by 1-2% maybe. which is 42 billion a quarter. So, that's a lot of money, Chris, 1-2%, right? But how many lives are going to be lost, and how many people are going to get carjacked or shot or robbed before this stupid idea ends? I am so against this. Like, I don't think I've ever been against anything more than this. And so about 26% said they want to do cash chips. Knock yourselves out. At least have some sort of dash cam or something, because you're going to get robbed.
Yeah. And just, be smart on everything when it comes down to it.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.